All right, everyone. So this is a video that's on how to build business, whether you're brand new with Vision Forward Realty or you are looking into us, or maybe you're just a realtor or loan officer out there who's just looking for ways to generate business. And so I really wanted to create this because, I've definitely been in that boat where I've sourced all of my own business as an agent and as a loan officer. I did pretty well with that, then got introduced to leads and got that instant gratification, because every once in a while you get someone who just immediately wants to, jump on the first property they find, which is amazing. But at the end of the day, um, you end up wasting so much of your time working a lot of leads, and you start to get to a point where you get frustrated. You can get burnt out. You're constantly showing houses to different people, and then they disappear on you. They use another agent. The other agent is the one who ends up putting in the offer. Now you're battling with them because, technically you're procuring cause, whatever it might be. I wanted to teach this video because this is a simple way of how to build relationships with people. Whether you're someone who just moved to whatever area you're currently living in and you feel like you have no sphere, this is how you build relationships. So I've known a couple people who have become pretty successful real estate coaches. One of the ones that I really respected what they taught because they had so many different agents that had become millionaires off of what they had taught, that I really believe that what they teach is accurate and correct. And so, one of the things that quite a few different people really push is this is a relationship business. So, you can farm, you can do whatever you want, but this is about how do I find a way to build relationships with as many people as possible and then keep those relationships going. And that's the trick. So, one, the trick is how do you start multiple relationships, even if you have, no one that you're currently talking to or no one in your sphere of influence. Okay. Then the second thing is how do you keep those relationships constantly intact? Because I have had it in the past where I built some relationships with a lot of people. Our office did this Pictures with Santa event. I connected with a lot of people. I had probably 30 or 40 people come, or signed up to come, and then, a good amount of them came, met with them. They said they were interested in buying at some point in the future. Year later, I hadn't connected with them about anything else, and they ended up buying a house with someone else. And so I always had to ask myself, how do I fix that? How do I change it so that I can continue to foster those relationships? So, in this training, this is what we're doing. So what you want to do is you want to get your LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram dialed in. Now, the biggest mistakes newer agents make is that they post that they just got their license and say, "I'm so excited, I joined Vision Forward Realty. Here's this awesome post." And in the back of your mind, and what most people think and they don't realize is that you are hoping that someone just comes out of the blue and says, I want to use you. And either you know that you need to be doing more, or you start to blame the company you're at. Doesn't matter if it's my company, if it's Sotheby's, if it's Coldwell Banker, whatever, you just start blaming them as to why you're not generating business. I would rather you generate business, close deals, and then blame them why you're not making as much money as you should be, or not getting as much support as you should be. But you're the one who needs to be the one generating the business. If a company's providing leads, I mean, if it's a shit ton of leads and you're getting tons and tons of deals from it, the problem is you're still not able to focus on a sphere. In most companies that provide leads, it's a different split on the leads. So, for instance, we have a huge database of leads, but we don't have a different split because I would rather you go, to be honest, and build your own sphere of influence and work those leads. So, what I like to do is of course, I want to make sure that when people go find me online, whether that's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, or whatever you want to call it, YouTube, they can find things about me. So there are plenty of new builds that would love to have you come and record some videos of the new builds. There are tons of vacant homes out there you can go and record videos of. And you want to find a way to create some type of presence where people, when they go to your profile, they see that you're a professional, right? They can scroll a couple times and see a bunch of posts, right? So we're talking like 10 or 12 different posts so that they scroll and they see your profile. Oh, this person is an agent. This person is a loan officer. This person closes deals. This person does well. This is what they do, right? So you want to make sure that, yes, your profile picture is professional. You can definitely exploit your kids or your pets or whatever you want to do, but you just want to make sure it's something professional, not just some blurry picture you took a weird selfie, or something just, I don't know, really odd. So once again, you just want to make sure your profiles are dialed in that sense. You, of course, can do other things like a call to action in your bio, whatever it might be, a website in your bio. I know lots of agents that do that, especially on TikTok. I think that's a great idea. Past that, you need to connect with people. I like Facebook and I like LinkedIn because I can search for people based on the area they live, whereas Instagram, it's just a little harder to do that. Facebook does limit you on how many people you start to connect with. LinkedIn does a little bit. They've gotten a little stricter to an extent, where Facebook is a lot stricter. Instagram is all over the place. But right, I want to go on there and I want to connect with people that are in my area. Let's say I want to, I'm a former hospital worker or current hospital worker. I'm getting out of that industry. I want to connect with people because in my bio on Facebook and LinkedIn, because those are the ones I want to use specifically, I have that I used to work there. Like for me, I'm an Army veteran, and so like I like to put that. And then what I like to do is I like to search veterans in our area, and I can search by Folsom, I can search by Roseville. I know that we have the United States Air Force Base, so I want to connect with those people. And I'm going to build a relationship and I'm just going to add them. I'm going to friend them. I don't care. If some people say, hey, I don't know you, every once in a while someone might say that. Why are you sending me a friend request? Oh, sorry, I thought I recognized you. And I've had people say, oh, no worries, and they still accept my friend request. So that doesn't matter. Then what I do is I make a plan of all of those people. I want to invite them to something, right? So if I'm in an area and I do have a sphere of influence, because that's going to be the best one you want to connect with first, my goal is to have 3 to 5 appointments a week, whether that's coffee, drinks, lunch, or I put on an event and I have 5 people show up. My goal should be 5 a week. At some point, you're going to start to close a lot of deals, and you want to do 5 coffee appointments or 5 whatever something a month with those people you've closed, or sorry, still 5 a week, but you're going to incorporate those people. You want to then start to switch that focus to who's referring you the most business, and those people get a lot more attention, right? You're able to put on events where it's just based on their sphere. Like I have this client who's referred a ton, I have 2 different clients that have referred a lot of people to me. One of them, they like to have events at their house with their family and friends in the town that they live in. So I want to come and I want to help put those on with them, and I want to help sponsor that with them. So I'll say, hey, I'll bring a bunch of drinks, and I'll bring some games for your backyard potluck you're doing. Hey, this other guy, he has referred a lot of his software engineer people to me. I want to find out, hey, do you like to play? Shoot, I don't care if he likes to play Dungeons and Dragons or if he likes to play poker. I'll host those Dungeons and Dragons or a poker tournament here at my office where we provide the space, we do whatever. And I want to help put that on with him because that could be 5 different people who come, and there's my 5 appointments for that week, but I do it once a month, right? And so that needs to be your goal. So when I'm on LinkedIn, once again, for me, I'm a veteran, but let's say, we've got the Air Force Base up here. So Air Force, let's just type in Air Force. I'm going to click people. I'm going to go over here to location. First, I can, of course, just look at it like this, Air Force veteran, blah, 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 real estate. Okay, I connect with even just the real estate agents, but you don't necessarily want to do that. Mortgage broker, United States Air Force. I already am connected with him. But yeah, and then you want to search. So if I'm in Roseville, let's start there. Roseville, California. Here we go. Search. Okay, here we go. Let's connect, send without a note. Let's go to the next one. Okay, we got Betty here. She works for Lennar. I don't want to do that one, right? And I go through. Now, here's a trick with LinkedIn. You definitely don't want to just hit connect, 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 connect. Same thing with Facebook. Every once in a while, you want to skip one. So that's why I do somewhat read their profile, but I don't think too much about it. I just click connect. So if I do too many in an order, LinkedIn, their algorithm picks it up as you possibly using these technology tools to just go and add a bunch of people. So just make sure you skip one every once in a while. The second I get a message on LinkedIn that says, hey, we believe that you're using technology to add people or whatever, I just switch right over to Facebook. The second Facebook starts to limit me, I go to Instagram, and then I wait and I go and I create content for my social media, and then I come back and I do it all over again. I can sit at home and do this, I can do whatever, but once I send it, right, then I have a goal that I can go over here to my network. I click manage network and I click connections. I can do the same thing with Facebook. There's a way to filter your most recent friends who have accepted your friend requests. And I look, okay, this guy connected 1 hour ago. I'm not going to go and send him an invite to, to our office happy hour, right? We have an office happy hour coming up July 11th. We're going to have games, food, whatever. It's just a way for me to touch base with people and connect with them. I'm going to go down to the one who, like this these are a lot of these are agents, but let's say this person here, nope, an agent as well. Okay, software engineer connected 3 days ago. Boom, I'm going to invite him to either a poker tournament or I'm going to invite him to our office for office happy hour. Then I can mix it up, right? So if I have 1 month where I do an office happy hour and it's more of a fun, get together event, then the next month I'm going to plan some type of seminar, whether it's a first-time home buyer seminar, just something that's a little bit more intentional and driving that conversation. I like to do, hey, I'm doing a seminar on building wealth with real estate. It's perfect for first-time home buyers or investors. Let me know if you want to come. I think it's going to be a great time. Free lunch. Um, free lunch if you can come. And people say, oh, shoot, sorry, I can't make it. I'll say, no problem. By the way, which one would you fall in? Have you ever thought about investing or have you never bought a house before? And you can be a little bit more intentional with that. That way you can try to get some business now. But this is somewhat of a long-term play, right? I know people in our office who have closed a deal in their first month or so of being in the industry, and gotten multiple deals from that. I know people who have done this for a couple months, but and no results. And then on month four, which that was me, month four, boom, 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 closing deal after deal after deal. And that's the thing is you got to remember that this is you starting a business. And so when you start your business, it's going to take some time. This is not a traditional job where I just go and I um I just get a paycheck all the time. So you have to think of this as I'm starting my business. Now I can either hustle at my business or I can sit back and whine as to why I'm not getting a paycheck, right? We have to remember that a lot of us have come from an employment industry where we were, getting a paycheck and we just show up to work, we do what we're supposed to do. This is you have to assign yourself tasks to do and then not complain if you don't get results right away. The results will come. I know plenty of people who just stuck it out for, 10 years, 5 years. I think the current statistic is most people leave after 5 years. So if you can stick it out by year five, I mean, you're already in the, I think, top 10% of real estate agents and loan officers. And so keep going and keep plugging away with it. But imagine where you're going to be. My Facebook right now, I'm at 5,000 friends. I had to create a second Facebook, or I go through and I audit. So anyone who I haven't connected with or whatever, right, I start to delete people and then add more people. LinkedIn, I'm at a little over 3,000 connections. Instagram, I don't really do a lot of work on that, but I have that as an option as well. And there's TikTok and there's all kinds of things. The thing is you don't want to just post things and hope that people are going to react to it and reach out to you. Sure, TikTok's algorithm is great, and so maybe you can get some leads off of that. But at the end of the day, I want to control things a little bit better, right? If I build a relationship with someone, whether they come to an event and they have a good time and I'm able to talk to them, I know that that transaction is going to be so much easier. The whole relationship from start to finish, when they want to go see houses, when they talk to you, I don't feel like I have to compete as much, especially now that our commissions are starting to change. I want to make sure that I'm locking in those good clients. Whereas if I'm working online leads, those are people who are just excited to see a house and you're just a door opener in their mind. They don't understand how the process works. And so you're trying to explain it really quickly and build a relationship really quickly while you show them a house. And at the end of the day, you're going to run yourself ragged and you're going to have a loss in production, right? Our splits is 90-10 for a reason. I want people to be focused on putting in more effort into their own sphere and their own database. So, once again, I think that, going through LinkedIn, going through Facebook, even if you get to a point where LinkedIn and Facebook pauses you and says, hey, we temporarily put a pause on adding people or sending messages or whatever, what I do is I just go through. And so if I see a post of someone and their child or someone that graduated college, they had a baby, I'm gonna like and comment on those, oh, cute baby, oh, so cute, congratulations, right? They say, statistically or from studies that people get a dopamine release when they see likes and comments on their profile. So I'm going to do that. And then it's going to be so much easier for them to see my post and seeing that I say, hey, please come to my office and we're doing this happy hour. They're going to say, oh, yeah, the person who is so nice and always comments on my child's post. I've had people say, oh, do you have kids? And at the time I didn't. And so I'd say, no, but I love kids. I really want kids someday. And then when I connected with them in person, it was just so much easier, right? They brought their kids to go see the house. I was playing with their kids and it just made it so much easier, right? Here we go. Here's another person that bought a house that I didn't get to, get to help and connect with. So, um, yeah, I think that that is one of the best things you can do. If you're in our brokerage right now, we have all kinds of things coming up. So we have a happy hour going on. I do every other month for a lot of my sphere. I do a poker tournament, and then for specific people, I focus in on something that's more tailor fitted to them and their friend group. And then in August, we have a seminar coming up on the value of putting your home in a trust. What I like about that is for those of you who farm and you work a specific neighborhood and you have a list of homeowners in that area, you can specifically search for them on social media and add them on Instagram. Instagram's going to be a little hard, but Facebook and LinkedIn, because you know where they live, so you can search by the city and their first and last name. I add them and then I invite them to something like that, or I go and I knock on their door and say, hey, I think we're connected on Facebook. That's wild. But hey, I just wanted to invite you. We're doing a seminar on the value of putting your home in a trust. It's one of the biggest problems we see nowadays, especially when someone passes away or something happens, their family is left having to pay, pretty much give up most of your equity in order to pay. Right. There's all kinds of things you can say. So we have that coming up in August. And then, we plan all kinds of things. The holidays are the best one because we do our trunk or treat at our office parking lot. And then we do pictures with Santa and we do all kinds of things. So I really hope this is helpful. This is something that's so easy to sit at home and do, sit in front of the TV while you're watching TV with your family and just plug away at this. So no one should ever say I'm bored because I don't think you should ever be bored doing this. Or sorry, you can get bored doing this, but you can't say that I have nothing to do. This might be boring at the end of the day, but it is a way to really maximize your time, especially for those of you who are really busy. So I really hope that helps.